Fitin10 Nation, it is day 48, 22 days to go, 3 weeks in a day. Doesn't sound like much, but you can still make huge change, right? Huge change. So I want to remind you that you need to stick to things, especially at this point, because you have a better understanding of how things work. You will see, as I said a couple days ago, you will see mega massive change if you just keep going one foot in front of the other and pay attention to everything I say and just trust me, okay? Just trust me that things will come together so long as you follow things, okay? You gotta follow things and don't fight it. Just listen to what I have to say and then abide by it, okay? All right. I guess we'll get more to your questions here. Let's do that. Let's get to that. All right. This person says, I have been matching my macros consistently. However, what I need to work on is having only 4 meals and not adding in bits here and there. And I'm still making it work. I understand the reasoning behind having the carbs, fats, and proteins together. Keep the blood sugars level, prevent the insulin dump. And I have been doing a fairly good job at this, but for some reason my weight is unchanged and only down maybe 1 to 3 pounds since the beginning of the challenge. However, all of my clothes are so loose now, something is happening. All right, so yeah, I mean, weight is not an indicator in this. Obviously, you probably know that by now. You know, a perfect example is, we've had people in this challenge already that have done this, okay? They've gained, say, 2 pounds of muscle, and, you know, they're down 6 pounds of fat, but they only see 1 or 2 pounds on the scale. Well, they just happen to weigh themselves when their body water is a bit higher, and then, of course, they added some muscle, but, you know, really they've lost, like, 6 pounds of fat, actually even more than that, some people. 7 pounds, 8 pounds, but they don't see that difference because when you lose a small amount of weight, okay, small amount of weight, still 7, 8 pounds is not a lot of weight, right? But when you're losing that just in fat, okay, and your weight training, so we're trying to maintain the lean body mass, if not add some lean body mass, because that will be very helpful. Okay, your water retention should naturally be a little bit higher, okay, with all the weight training. And your muscle mass is going to go up a little bit, okay, and you're going to lose some fat. So you're going to see the good stuff going in one direction, the bad stuff going in the other direction, so the overall change, the good mass is going up, the bad mass is going down, the overall change in weight may not be that much. Now, if you keep going over time, then obviously the good mass is not going to keep just accumulating like crazy. It's going to start to plateau off, and depending on the amount of fat you have, that should continue. Okay. Now, this person here is a rather lean individual. So, to this person, and you know who you are, your goals for fat loss are not that high because your total percentage of fat is not very high. Okay, so we can't expect actually really to see a lot of weight loss with you, okay? I've had people in the challenge where before, I think the most weight lost in the challenge over time was 27 pounds or 28 pounds. But this was a bigger individual. This person had a lot of fat. So we can expect that. And so in that case, you will see your weight drop more. But if you are a person in this challenge who doesn't have that much fat, and we're trying to lose fat, not weight, you will see this, okay? If you want to lose weight, and you're not even going to keep off the weight, but if you just want to lose weight, then just don't eat. Just eat as minimal as possible. And just burn as much energy as possible, and you will lose weight, okay? But it's not going to be, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be the weight you want to lose. Okay, so some of it will be, but certainly not all of it. You're certainly going to drop a lot of LBM, okay, a lot of lean body mass. Okay, name something specific you need help with. I would say I need help with, did I read all that question? Did I read the rest of that question? before. However, this person said, however, I don't know if I read this part. However, I think I did. My clothes are so loose now. So something's happening. I think I read that part. Okay, name something specific you need help with. I would say I need help with food timing advice. Okay, I think we talked about this one-on-one. But maybe somebody else having this problem. A good measure, generally speaking, is eat 4 meals. So you're not eating all day long, right? It's 4 meals. Three's a bit like, it's very small. If you're not having anything else, just 3 meals seems a bit small. So let's go with 4 meals. And eat every 4 hours, roughly speaking, right? So let's say your first meal is at 8 in the morning, then you eat at 12, then you eat at 4, then you eat at 8. That's very reasonable, okay? So that's what I would do, and then pre-plan your meals and have them ready to go. If you are kind of winging it, okay, or let's just say you're going through your day and you're having some meals, you kind of know what the macros are of those meals, or maybe you do know exactly, and then you're going to have some little snacks in between there, you're more likely to be off. Because if you're like, well, I'm going to snack a little bit here and there, your chances, unless you have everything set, pre-planned, and everything's worked out, and you know what you're going to snack on, you're likely to make more mistakes. Okay, if you set out meals, if you have a set system, if you have something more in stone, you're less likely to make mistakes. Then if you're like, well, I'll kind of do this and snack throughout the day, but I'll try to make sure I measure everything out and okay? So just do the 4 full meals and you should be good, okay? What are we doing for time here? 7 minutes almost. Okay, is it better to do 2 upper body and 2 lower body workouts in 1 week? I've had a hard time keeping track of this when I mixed in the lift camp with the Zoom with Martina. I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to alternate 3 resistance workouts so that it balances. But I'm thinking it's been a bit mixed up until now. But I've been working out as hard as I can at every workout in cardio, so I figure I'm just doing the best at this point. Okay. Well, I would just try to plan it out. Okay, so you should know the schedule week to week. If you don't, for this week, okay, we did upper, then yesterday we did lower, right? Did we do lower yesterday? What did we do yesterday? Yeah, we did lower yesterday, right? We did, okay? Day off on the Wednesday, then we go back, right? Upper, and then lower on Friday. And then we're gonna go back to upper on Saturday, and then when we go to the next week, it becomes the opposite of that. Okay, so we're just going through an A and a B week essentially, okay? So, if you consider this an A week where you're doing 3 upper body, 2 lower body, or that's what we've set out for the week. The next week is going to be the opposite of that. So let's just call it a B week. Okay, and then the next week is going to be an A week. Now, in terms of Martina's classes, she should be on the same schedule as me. Okay, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, but she should be. Okay, 8:42. It's a good question here, I think. It's a long question, so I'm assuming it's a good question. All right, let's just quickly read it here. Has anyone ever followed the entire program properly and lost minimal weight and completely transformed their body density measures? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is going to be too long. All right, let's get the message of the day. I will do that one tomorrow. All right, so a good reminder for you all. Surround yourself with people who elevate your game. Surround yourself with people who elevate your game. All right, so hopefully you're surrounding yourself with people who are saying, good for you, what a great job you're doing. I think this is great that you're doing this, and hopefully it's not like people that are saying to you, oh, this is a little bit weird, you're weighing your food, you shouldn't do that. Oh, like, why are you eating that? Why don't you just have one of these drinks here? Come on, eat with me, eat what I'm eating. Okay, be with people who are supportive. Okay, I'm not speaking for everybody here, but generally speaking, when people are like this, they're usually a bit like, I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes they are just insecure about what you're doing. Some people feel threatened because you're following something and you're trying to progress. And some people, if they're not in the same zone as you, that is the progression zone, the I want to make my life better zone, at least in this capacity, they might feel threatened, and so they want to pull you back in. I'm not saying they're doing this purposely, like they're knowingly doing it, but they are doing it. So you need to surround yourself with people who, if anything, say to you, come on, you can do better. Okay? You can do better. You are capable of so much more. All of you are capable of so much more. And I'm speaking to everybody. I'm speaking to myself. Okay, this is a reminder we should all have. We should all expect more of ourselves. Always. Okay, that's not to say that you shouldn't be proud or happy with what you've accomplished, but you should never, I don't think you should ever settle with what you are capable of. Always demand more of yourself, okay? And so part of that is surrounding yourself with people who are going to make that more of a reality, right? Okay, positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself. And fourth, the love of God, for the love of your family, for the love of yourself, for the love of the society. Give some gratitude. It'll make you feel better. And I will talk to you guys all very soon. See you guys.